In this activity, we'll be creating a program that utilizes match guards and binding. Once you're ready, fire up Visual Studio Code and let's get started. Once Visual Studio Code loads, navigate to your bin directory. We are on activity 35, so scroll down to a35.rs and double click. Once the activity file loads, review the topic and program requirements. Attempt to implement a solution on your own with the video paused. Once completed, resume the video and I will demonstrate my implementation as well as provide insights to the activity topic. Alright, let's get started. This topic is about match guards and binding. And we have a game simulation where we have tiles and each tile has different logic. Our goal is to print out something that happens based on the tiles, and we're going to be using a single match expression to determine what to print. I'm going to copy these requirements and we'll start working from there. So here's our tile. I'll put the requirements down here. And I'm going to create a function named print tile since that's our main goal is to print the information. It accepts a tile. Now the first thing I'm going to do is use tile with an asterisk. Now what that's going to do is it's going to make everything available from this enumeration here. It's going to be directly available without having to type tile every time. So that'll save up a little typing and it should make the match expression a bit clearer to work with. So we'll do the bricks first. So if we get a brick and the brick is gray, or the brick is red, we'll print that message. And if we get some other kind of brick, we'll just print out the kind of brick. So we see here that the requirements indicate that our colored bricks should print the brick color is and then the color, and anything else should print out brick type brick. And so that this accomplishes that goal. We match on the tile, and if it's a brick and that brick happens to be gray or happens to be red, then we'll print out the brick color is and then the brick. Anything else is going to just print out other brick. Next, we'll do grass, dirt, and sand. So we can use dirt or grass or sand, and we'll print out ground tile. Before we continue, I have a little syntax error. We need brick @ brick @. So what this does here is if the brick style is gray, it's going to assign brick style gray to that variable. And if the brick style is red, it's going to assign to that variable. And then we can then use this variable here in our print. Next up, we'll do treasure chests. So treasure chests are a little bit different. So we're gonna first just check for the variant here. So if it's treasure, we'll go take a look at that variant. So we'll see that we have tile, and if we get the treasure variant, it's a treasure chest. And so we'll go look at treasure chest, and we'll see that the treasure chest is a structure. So we're going to need to destructure the structure and read the fields. And the fields are content, which is a treasure item. And that treasure item is an enumeration, and that's going to be either gold or superpower. So we need to check the content, make sure that the treasure item is gold, and then check the amount and make sure that it's at least 100. To destructure a structure, we will use the name of the structure, curly braces, then we have the amount, and then the content. And if the content is a treasure item, and that treasure item is gold, then we can continue. We then check the amount to see if it's greater than or equal to 100. And if it is, we'll print out lots of gold. So with this specific match arm, we kind of have a lot going on. So let's break it down. We check our tile and see if it's treasure. And if it is, we then destructure the treasure chest structure. And the treasure chest structure has an amount and content. We just take the amount, whatever it happens to be, and save it into the amount variable. We then take the content field and check to see if it's treasure item gold. Now, we could just ignore that. And if we ignored that, then we would get whatever the content happened to be. However, the requirements indicated that we only care about the gold. So we can use the colon to indicate that we're looking specifically for gold. Now that we have the amount and the content, we can then check the amount here. So we check to see if the amount is greater than or equal to 100, and if so, we print out lots of gold. Next up, we'll do the water tiles. We use pressure.0 because pressure is a tuple structure. So we'll see here the pressure structure is a U16, and that just has parentheses, so it's a tuple structure. And if we look at tile, we'll see that water has pressure. So we'll do levels under 10 first. So if the pressure is less than 10, we'll print out let's duplicate that line. And so if the pressure is greater than or equal to 10, we'll print a different message. And lastly, everything else should not print any message. And so we use the underscore to ignore things and a unit to just ignore, to not process anything. Now we'll hop down into the main function and we'll create some tiles. I'll start with a brick and we'll make it red. We'll use our print tile function. Next, we'll do sand. We'll also make a treasure chest. And we'll set it to be gold. And I'll set the amount to 200. So we should get that match arm triggered. And finally, we'll do a water tile. We'll set the water pressure to 9, so we should not get the high pressure message. When we run this program, we should get a message indicating the brick color is red, followed by ground tile, then a treasure chest that has lots of gold, and finally water that just says water pressure level. Let's hop into a terminal and confirm that this is the case. We can run this with cargo run --bin A35. And so here we have the brick color is red. We have a ground tile, lots of gold, and water pressure level is 9. Match guards and bindings allow you to concisely specify how to handle different possibilities without having to resort to multiple if-else blocks. This concludes the activity on match guards and bindings. I'll see you in the next video.